So here you can see. So auxin was isolated by F.W. Wendt from tips of the oat seedlings. A group of plant growth regulators which stimulate, as we know, auxin is a growth promoting hormone and used as herbicides also. Herbicides means that which kills the unwanted herbs. Germination is a very important process that need to happen for the development of a plant. Hello everyone, welcome back to session 3 of chapter 15 called Plant Growth and Development. Myself, B. Shobha Rani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence in Mysuru. Hope you remember in my last session, we started off with a very important concept about the phytohormones or the plant hormones which are called plant growth regulators. And we also studied that the plant growth regulators have been broadly classified into two categories, that is the growth promoting hormones or growth promoters and the growth inhibiting hormones or growth inhibitors. And growth promoter hormones are those hormones which enhance and promote growth, may it be the cell division, cell enlargement, cell differentiation, etc. Whereas like we have come across the growth promoting hormones include auxin, then gibberellins and cytokinins. Then the growth inhibiting hormones include the very important hormones like the abscisic acid and ethylene. Now let us understand about the discovery of these plant growth regulators. How did the plant growth regulators or the phytohormones were discovered? Now let us understand the discovery of plant growth hormones, plant growth regulators or phytohormones, or we can also use the word called plant hormones. Plant hormones. So auxin, as we know, auxin is a growth promoting hormone. It is a growth enhancing hormone, was isolated by a scientist by name F.W. Wendt from tips of oat seedlings. So auxin is usually found in the tips of oat seedlings. So that is how we say that auxin is found in the root tip and the shoot tip. So here you can see. So auxin was isolated by F.W. Wendt from tips of the oat seedlings. So that was how the auxin was discovered. Next comes the gibberellic acid. The Bacon disease it is called. There's one disease called Bacon disease, or it is called foolish seedling disease. A disease of rice seedlings was caused by a fungal pathogen called Gibberellia fusicori, Japan. So the very word itself will tell you, Gibberellia fusicori. And E. Kurosawa reported the appearance of symptom of the disease in uninfected rice seedlings when treated with sterile filtrate of the fungus. So how did they identify that particular phytohormone as gibberellic acid? Because one scientist by name Kurosawa reported the appearance of the symptom of the disease in uninfected rice seedlings when treated with sterile filtrate of the fungus. So when this fungus was sprayed, then this disease was avoided. So the active substance was later identified as what? Gibberellic acid. And that is how this is a growth promoting hormone. Growth promoting hormone. So as we know, they have been broadly classified into growth promoters and growth inhibitors. Growth promoters include auxin, then gibberellic acid, then cytokinins. Then growth inhibitors include ABA, that is abscisic acid, and ethylene, which is a gas. Right? Now, what is the discovery of auxin? Who discovered auxin? It was W.F. Wendt. That is, auxin was isolated by F.W. Wendt from the tips of oat seedlings. And the Bacon disease. So here you can see, this is the one which is having Bacon disease. And this is a normal. After spraying, the fungus called Gibberellia fusariae, right? So the Bacon disease of rice seedling was caused by a fungal pathogen called Gibberellia fusariae. Then the Kurosawa reported the appearance of symptom of disease in uninfected rice seedling when treated with sterile filtrate. This is causing disease, but the sterile filtrate of the fungus, that is which was non-disease causing. The active substance was later identified as gibberellic acid. Then one more scientist by name Skoog and Miller identified and crystallized the cytokinesis promoting active substance that they termed as kinetin, cytokinetin. It is called cytokinetin, or it is also called as I said, it is also called as zeatin. Then during mid-1960s, 3 different kinds of inhibitors were purified. That is inhibitor B, abscissin 2 and dormine. So inhibitor B, abscissin 2 and dormine. Later all the 3 proved to be chemically identical and named as what? Abscisic acid. So how was kinetin or cytokinetin discovered? Here you can see how it helps in shoot development, ABA, transport and stomata close, then root architecture, then C, dormancy. Right. So Skoog and Miller identified and crystallized the cytokinesis promoting active substance that they termed as what? Kinetin. During mid-1960s, 3 different kinds of inhibitors were purified. That is inhibitor B, abscissin 2 and dormine. Later all the 3 proved to be chemically identified and named as what? Abscisic acid. So one more scientist by name Cousin discovered a gaseous plant growth regulator called ethylene. From ripened orange. I think all of us know that. You might have heard about a word called artificial ripening. Artificial ripening, which is very commonly done for banana. So here ethylene gas is used for artificial ripening. Ripening of the fruit called banana and many other fruits. Artificial ripening. I think we know usually some fruits, they ripen in the plants itself before they are removed, before they are harvested. But you know, sometimes some fruits have to be ripened, they are artificially ripened. That is how. So for that they use this ethylene gas. For example, like you have a basket full of raw banana and you just keep one ripened banana in the basket. After one day you can see the whole basket full of raw banana also has ripened, and that is because of the ethylene gas that is produced by the ripened banana. So Skoog and Miller identified and crystallized the cytokinesis promoting active substance that they termed as kinetin. During mid-1960s, 3 different kinds of inhibitors were purified. That is inhibitor B, abscissin 2 and dormine. Later all the 3 proved to be chemically as what? Abscisic acid, which is a growth inhibitor, which is produced in response to abiotic and biotic conditions. So Cousin, a scientist by name Cousin, discovered a gaseous PGR, plant growth regulator, which is a growth inhibitor called ethylene from ripened orange. Then physiological effect of plant growth regulators. So now let us start with the function of auxin. So here you can see cytokinin induce growth of shoot, gibberellin stimulate cell elongation, auxin promote root initiation, florizin trigger blossoming. Florizin means flowering. Induce flowering. So these are all cytokinin, auxin, gibberellin and florizin. Now let us start with the growth promoting hormones, that is PGR, that is growth promoters. Namely, first one is called auxin. Second one is called gibberellic acid. And third one is called the cytokinin. So auxin, a group of plant growth regulators which stimulate, as we know, auxin is a growth promoting hormone. Auxin is a growth promoting hormone. It's a growth promoting. So a group of plant growth regulators which stimulate what? Cell division, enlargement, apical dominance, root initiation and flowering. So what are the important characteristic feature of auxin, which is a growth promoting hormone? This is a group of plant growth regulators which stimulate cell division. So it will help in multiplication of cells, thereby helping in cell enlargement, then apical dominance, very important, then root initiation and flowering. The term auxin is applied to indole 3-acetic acid, IAA. This is called as natural auxin. As I said, phytohormones are produced naturally in the plant, synthesized naturally in the plants, and some phytohormones are synthesized in the laboratory where they are called as synthetic hormones, or they are also called as artificial hormones. So the natural hormone IAA that is synthesized in the plant body itself is indole 3-acetic acid, generally produced by growing apical of the stems and the roots. So usually, as we know, auxins are found in the root tips and the shoot tips. Root tip and the shoot tips. So IAA and IBA. IBA is also called as indole butyric acid. Indole butyric acid. So these two are called as natural auxins. Already I told you what are natural auxins. The plant hormones which are synthesized by the plant itself naturally. They are called as natural hormones. Whereas naphthalene acetic acid and 2,4-D. NAA stands for naphthalene acetic acid and 2,4-D stands for 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid are synthetic auxins. What do you mean by synthetic? They are artificial hormones. What do you mean by artificial? Synthesized in the laboratory. Synthesized in laboratory. So promote rooting in stem cutting. So usually like in horticulture, floriculture, frugiculture, they use these hormones, phytohormones. So let us start with the study of a very important plant growth regulator or a phytohormone or a plant hormone called auxin. So what are auxins? Auxins are a group of plant growth regulators which stimulate cell division, enlargement, apical dominance, root initiation and flowering. The term auxin is applied to indole 3-acetic acid, which is a natural auxin, generally produced by growing apices of the stem and the root, that is the root apex and the shoot apex. Then IAA, that is indole acetic acid, and IBA, that is indole butyric acid, are been isolated from plants, means they are the natural auxins. As I said, auxins are also synthesized in the laboratory, which are called as artificial auxin or synthetic auxins, and synthetic auxins include NAA, that is naphthalene acetic acid, and 2,4-D, that is 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. These are the synthetic auxins which are synthesized in the laboratory. Then, as I said, they have wide applications or wide use of these auxins, may it be natural or particularly the synthetic auxins, which is used for promoting rooting in stem cutting. So, it is like grafting, they use this hormone. Then, what are the other features of this auxin? So, here you can see promote flowering. Then, this is the chemical formula of auxin. Formula of auxin. Then inhibit fruit and leaf drop at early stage. Promote flowering. Flowering is a very, very important feature of a plant body, right? So inhibit fruit and leaf drop. What do you mean by before the fruit is half ripened, or if it is almost at the verge of ripened, if it falls off, then it will have less commercial value. And even the leaf drop, even if the leaf falls, premature falling of fruit and premature falling of leaf is going to affect the plant. Not only the plant, even the cultivator will be affected, because it will have even if the leaf drop happens, obviously the plant will die. And inhibit fruit drop also. As I said, unripened or not completely developed fruit, if it pre-drops, then it will not have that much of commercial value, or it may even decay also. So promote abscission of older mature leaves and fruits. So promote abscission layer. So there is one layer, like for example, if this is a leaf, so here you can see the process of formation, and abscission layer, and this abscission layer will help in pre-falling. So, but promote abscission of older mature. I think you might have come across in a garden in a field. So the older leaves will fall off and the new ones will be growing. So it has to give space for the growth of the new leaves. So promote, and that is because of the process of formation of an abscission layer. So promote abscission of older mature leaves and fruits. The growing apical bud inhibit the growth of lateral bud. The phenomenon is called apical dominance. So the growing apical bud, first it will sprout, it will bloom. So it will not allow the lateral bud to open. So that is called apical dominance. So the growing apical bud inhibit the growth of lateral bud. The phenomenon is called apical dominance. And also auxin will induce parthenocarpy. What is parthenocarpy? Development of fruits without formation of fruits, or development of fruits without fertilization. So you can call it seedless fruits. You know, seedless fruits have a lot of market demand, like seedless pomegranate, seedless papaya, right? So we have, you know, it is having a lot of market value. So, and used as herbicides also. Herbicides means that which kills the unwanted herbs, small plants. Herbs are the ones which almost grow to the ground level. Then controls xylem differentiation. Very, very important. Xylem, you know, xylem is differentiated into trachea, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, xylem. So that is also control. Promote cell division. Very important is promote cell division. So here you can see they are found in the root tip. So what are the important functions of auxin? Promote flowering, inhibit fruit and leaf drop at early stages, promote abscission of older mature leaves and fruits. Then the growing apical bud inhibit the growth of lateral bud. The phenomenon is called apical dominance. Auxin induces parthenocarpy, used as herbicides, controls xylem differentiation and promote cell division. Then moving on to the next set of growth promoting hormones. Growth promoter, that is gibberellin. So as we know, even gibberellic acid, as we already studied, it was extracted from a fungus called Gibberellia fusicori by a scientist by name Korosova. As a group, these are the group of plant hormones that regulate growth and stem elongation, germination and dormancy. I think all of us know seed germination. Germination is a very, very important process that need to happen for the development of a plant. So as soon as we sow the seed, it germinates and sprouts and forms a plant. So for that, very important is gibberellin. And even for stem elongation, for example, like commercially important crops like the sugar cane, you know, the stem, more the stem elongation, more it will be rich in the sugar. So gibberellins are a group of plant hormones that regulate growth, regulate growth, stem elongation, germination and dormancy. Here you can see the seed germinates here and it develops. For this is the chemical form. Gibberellins are the plant growth regulators involved in regulating the growth and influencing different developmental processes which include stem elongation, germination, flowering and enzyme induction. So a group of plant hormones that regulate stem elongation, germination and dormancy. Ability to cause an increase in length of axis is used to increase the length of grape stalks. So even this is also. So gibberellins, they help to cause an increase in length of axis. What do you call it as the grape stalks. Then gibberellins cause fruits like apple to elongate and improve its shape. Delay senescence. Delay senescence means aging. And GA3, there are different hundreds of gibberellic acid. We can say gibberellins, we can say GA1, GA2, GA3. So GA3 is used to speed up the malting process in brewing industry. So as we know, malting process. Then malting means that is sprouting process, we can say. Gibberellins promote to increase length of stem in sugarcane, already I said. Then promote early seed production, promote bolting. What is bolting? Internode elongation in beet and cabbage. So what are gibberellins? A group of plant hormones that regulate growth, stem elongation, germination, dormancy, etc. They have the ability to cause an increase in length of axis is used to increase the length of grape stalks. Gibberellins cause fruits like apple to elongate and improve its shape. Delay senescence. Then GA3 is used to speed up the malting process in brewing industry. Gibberellins promote to increase length of stem in sugarcane, promote early seed production, promote bolting, that is internode elongation in beet and cabbages. Hope you have understood important chapter called plant growth and regulators. So I'll be back with the last concepts of this interesting chapter called Plant Growth and Development. Till then, goodbye and thank you.